Do you struggle with coming up with content for your website or what to talk about on Facebook? Do you wish there was an ideal place to go and get that content? That's this week on Think Tank Tuesday. Hi, this is Paul Potratz, and welcome to this week's Think Tank Tuesday. You know, I talk a lot about developing content, to have content on your website and to have good content as far as engaging content on your Facebook page. But the one thing that I always hear is, where can I get the content? What should I be talking about? What should be on my website? What should I be talking about on Facebook? How many times should I post? You know what I'm talking about. You all got these questions. What if I could give you the ideal place to start getting fresh content? And I don't mean just any old day boring content. I mean content that will engage a future car shopper. Content that people will comment about, talk about, and engage. Engage is the keyword that I want you to use. That's the keyword, engagement. So what if I told you that if you sold 200 vehicles per month, you should be able to generate an average of 400 to 500 pieces of content every 30 days. You're going to say, oh yeah, right, that sounds easy. It is easy. I call it selling your byproduct. So oftentimes when we're trying to find content, we're thinking of stuff like, oh, what's your favorite color of a car? Would you rather have leather or cloth interior? Well, that's all fine and dandy, but what about more engaging content? Selling your byproduct. So I want you to write this down. Selling my byproduct. The next thing I want you to write down is I want you to write down Google Keyword Tool. Google Keyword Tool is free, and you can find out exactly what people are searching for in the last 30 days. When you go to the Google Keyword Tool, just do a search for Google Keyword Tool and you'll find it. I want you to type in some keywords, and I'm going to give you a list of keywords to type in. But when you type these keywords in, what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to narrow it to your city, your state. I want you to look across as far as the United States or look across Canada, because this is going to give you some really insightful information to start developing your own content strategy. So are you ready for these terms that I want you to put in and start searching? Well, I'm going to give that to you right after this commercial. Okay, welcome back. So you're on the page, I hope you are, Google Keyword Tool. You did a search for it. Now I'm going to give you some terms that you're going to type in. I want you to type in the first one, check engine light. The next one I want you to type in is extended warranty. Are you ready for this one? And I want you to really type this in now. What kind of car? Again, what kind of car? And then the next one I want you to type in is what type of car? I want you to type in CPO for certified pre-owned. And I want you to type in brake job. All right, there's a lot of other ones. Oh, here's one. Here's the one just for fun. I want you to type in buy a car. But I don't want you to spell buy correctly because, I mean, we tweet, we Facebook, we text, and all, we don't spell correctly anymore. So type in BYA car. All right, so now that you've typed all those in, go ahead and hit the submit button, and you've got to do the little CAPTCHA thing and all that boring stuff, and hopefully you get it right. I always get it wrong. But type it in, and you're going to see something amazing. You're going to see as far as what people have searched for in the last 30 days. And I bet when you type in and when you looked at it, as far as check engine light, there's over 200,000 searches for check engine light. But if you look down the farther the list, you're going to see as far as reset check engine light, there's over 1 million searches for check engine light. Are you starting to get what's going on here? Let me tell you something important, really important about check engine light. But before I do that, I want you to share this video, comment this video. I want you to post it on Facebook and talk about, oh, wow, this information's awesome. So do it. Or copy the link and send it to somebody. So looking down the page as far as check engine light, where there's over 1 million searches, here's an opportunity for content. You need to start developing content, not only on the sales floor, but also in the service lane. So if somebody came in to the service drive for that check engine light, this is a perfect opportunity to shoot a video with them talking about the check engine light and what happened and how your service department rocks. So there, you're developing content. But the reason I wanted you to do this search is to understand that people are searching for much more than just 2013 Toyota Camry or 2013 Ford F-150. There's all different types of things that are bringing people into your dealership to buy a car. For example, the one, what type of car, what kind of car, you've seen the searches there. Combine those two terms is well over 150,000 searches every 30 days. So 150,000 people, and again, all the different variations as far as what kind of car, what type of car. There's over 1 million searches that people don't even know what kind of car they want. So your job with this content is to start educating individuals, and really as far as individuals, as shoppers, we don't want to make a mistake. So here's the trick to developing the content that I called selling your byproduct. Your customers. Get your customers, where I told you if you have 200 vehicle sales per month, that's easily 400 to 600 pieces of content. So let's assume for the moment, you watching the video, that I just sold you a vehicle and you just bought a 2013 Toyota Camry. You've heard me talk about this before of how to do a video testimonial, but think about this video testimonial. So, okay, let's assume. Actually, we're going to use Brian behind the camera. So are you ready? All right, here we go. So, Brian, you just bought the 2013 Toyota Camry. So tell me, what's your most favorite thing about the Toyota Camry?
Fuel economy.
In case you couldn't hear him, he said fuel economy. So, Brian, when you were searching for the Toyota Camry, what other vehicles did you compare it to? He would have said, well, I looked at the Honda, I looked at the Nissan, whatever. He would have given you, as far as a customer, would have said, I looked at these other cars. So the next thing you would come back, okay, great, Brian. So what brought you back to the Toyota Camry? And now Brian's going to say, oh, I really loved as far as the way it drove. It's a smooth drive, or the brakes, or whatever it was. Okay, one last thing, as far as, is there anything that you want to share with us, Brian? And then that's where Brian would have come back and said, oh, you guys made it fun to do business, or whatever. So my point, he gave us 3 to 4 different things. And if he was one customer, we just generated on the low side 2 pieces of content, or on the high side 4 pieces of content. One last thing. I already asked you once to share the video, but now I want you to comment on the video. If you found this helpful, then comment below. Or tell me some different things that you've searched for that you thought was helpful in your search. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching Think Tank Tuesday. Tune in next week for more digital marketing tips from Potrats. To download this podcast or watch previous episodes, search for Think Tank Tuesday on iTunes or visit us online at ppadv.com.